Hello everybody and welcome back to Victoria 2, where we are working on putting these guys into our sphere, and we're going to increase relations with them a little bit. There we go. Excellent. And I do also want to maybe see about doing some foreign investment into there, if we can. Let's see here. They are not currently an option. Fair enough. Okay. Well, there are some projects over here, but I'm mostly interested at this point in sourcing the machine parts, which of course we need certain techs for. So we're just going to proceed for right now until we get that technology. We did see a pretty sudden dip there in our income. I'm guessing we are sourcing something. I'm not entirely sure what, but that's fine. What I'm most interested in is getting market structure finished up here. We do have all of these army techs available. Okay. Prestige gains, education efficiency. There's so much good here. Absolutely so much good. Well, we found some gold in Freetown. Okay. We'll take that. But we definitely want to work on medicine at some point. I'm trying to remember what the one that we decided that we wanted to go for was. I'm pretty sure, yes, it was mechanical production next. Okay. More gold. Fantastic. We're making 8.51 research points per turn. We are still needing more clergy, and our literacy is still coming up. So that's still going to grow, and it's not until 1840, so in another 4 years, that we can work on idealism, which absolutely has to be our top priority at that point. Including switching to it on January 1st, if we have to. We just about have this research done for market structure. That is now complete. Excellent. So we want to immediately jump over to mechanical production and start that. When will that be finished? 1838-51. Okay. So we don't need to worry about interrupting that for idealism, and we want to get that working ASAP because we want to make sure that we get these inventions. So that'll be great. And then we probably, after that, well, I don't know what we're going to be looking for after that. We'll have to take a look at what is available. But we're cruising right through this research right now, so that's very, very good. I also want to come back over to these guys and see about improving the opinion with them just a little bit more. Excellent. And do they allow foreign investment at this point? Was it opinion that we needed? Nope, they don't do it yet. Okay. Sounds good. When is our truce up with these guys? Well, that's a good question. I believe we see that from our diplomacy screen. Like, if we go over here, we can see... Call ally from Ojibwa. What are they trying to do? Just wondering what's going on up over here. Whole lot of nothing. Okay. What are you guys trying to do? Liberation of Quebec against Newfoundland. We're going to decline that. You guys are on your own. Like, seriously, I don't have any interest in helping you with that. None whatsoever. I do have interest in expanding some railroads, though. And so we'll go ahead and do that. Just a few. Not too many. We, of course, only have so much money. Okay. This is probably enough railroads for now. Especially since we're out of cash. Excellent. Precious metals have been discovered elsewhere as well. Turn 8 wants to ally us. I don't see a reason to do that. Now, I'd be interested in continuing to increase opinion with these guys. No thank you, Ligor. Not right now. Our infamy is pretty up there right now, and we should probably think about that. That said, we are quite powerful. We've not really worked on our military, and that's because we do want to have these factories done. Okay, we're going to have... Our general died. We're also going to have an election. But yeah, I want to work on these factories, but we don't have those machine parts. There are so few machine parts in the world right now that we definitely need this. And that's why we're going for mechanical production. So we should have that done relatively soon. What's France's opinion with us? Very, very unhappy. Understandable. Very understandable. I never did find out when our truce was going to be up with these guys. I know there's a way to see it. Okay, additional gold. And we still have a truce with them. I'm sure I'm just being a moron, and it's very obvious. Oh, you know what? It's probably in here somewhere. Maybe not. Okay. There, of course, our satellite. Who produces what and where? Plans, economies, and freedoms debated. Local Ethiopia administration has come under criticism for several instances of government subsidies directed at supporting local industry. Opponents argue that the country's economic planners cannot detect consumer preferences, shortages, and surpluses with sufficient accuracy, and therefore cannot efficiently coordinate production, and creeping statism has begun to worry the residents of Ethiopia. Yeah, except I'm not trying to predict consumer preferences. I am attempting to produce things for the military. So, that's rubbish. Excellent. Well, onward we go. We are currently rank 2, mostly because of our prestige and industrial power. We are still above the Republic of China militarily, I think. Oh, not anymore. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. We could probably start working on that, but I'm kind of waiting for some tech to come in before we really work on this. Mostly because of supply limits, because I want our standard army to be like 10 brigades, 5 brigades, 2 brigades, so 17 total brigades, which would be 45 plus 6, so 51. So yeah, we need some of our supply limits to come up a little bit, and for that, we are going to need medicine. That is going to be a pretty high priority after mechanical production, but not above idealism. Okay, grain production output and factory output. That's great. People are very split here on residency. People don't like residency, but they want limited or full citizenship. The liberal faction is in favor of full citizenship. The nationalist and royal factions are in favor of residency. We could start shifting that over towards full citizenship, though, because ultimately, we're going to need that. Because ultimately, everyone will be Ethiopian. So that is definitely something that we're going to need to consider. More diamonds. Okay. That does mean that we're making quite a lot of money. So we're going to crank up our administration. And we're still in the black. Fantastic. More diamonds. Okay. Now I would like to attack Alania, but I don't think that we can... Conquest, CB. Do it. I definitely want to attack Alania. Get them incorporated in. We can move... It was detected. Okay. That generated us infamy, so we're going to have to consider that. The election has been finished. That's fine. Pops are losing some militancy. We're definitely going to need to start worrying a bit about our infamy now that we're at 41 out of 25. That's for sure. It's coming down monthly by 0.1 because we're at peace. Okay. We're sufficiently powerful, and we're allied to the Republic of China, who is the most powerful. So I don't think we're going to have too big of issues with it, but we should definitely consider that that's going to be a bit spooky. I do want to use some of our diplomatic points over on these guys, though. We're going to continue increasing opinion with them. Excellent. How are we doing on our clergy, anyway? 1.86% of the population. That's going well. Good, 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 good. More diamonds are being found. This is good for our budget. This is very good for our budget. Hypothetically, yeah, we need about 3,000 in terms of profit to be paying for our military. So we do need more than we are currently getting. That said, in times of war, we can cut our education and administration, but I'd really rather not. If at all possible. Did I check in on what the force limits over here are? They're fine. The supply limits are absolutely fine. Okay. Good to know. All poor Strata would lose militancy? Yes, please. We're almost making 9 research points per day, which is good. That is, after all, our current primary focus. I do want to check in on some of our areas over here. See if we can build some more railroads, and indeed we can. That's great. We're not going to enforce the Ethiopian curricula. CB generation speed increased. Great. We'll definitely accept that. Remember, the primary focus of this Victoria game is not so much to conquer in Victoria, but rather to prepare for our conquering of the world in Hearts of Iron, because that is the game where we will be finishing our conquest of the world. Absolutely, 100%. So we're not in any real hurry right now. We're just trying to get our infrastructure and technology up to the point where we can kind of be uncontested later on. We're playing the long game here. Hello. You can be expanded. Wonderful. Anything over here? Oh yeah. We're running out of cash though, so we should probably chill on building the railroads for a little bit. How are we doing on our clergy? 1.88. Fine. We're a little over halfway done with mechanical production, which is great. All of our inventions have been invented. I believe our next research is pretty much guaranteed to be medicine so that we can work on our supply limit. And then after that, or on January 1st, 1840, whichever comes first, we're going to do idealism. This is absolutely vital that we get all of these research point bonuses. ASAP. Any delay in them whatsoever is not worthwhile. Now I'm trying to remember, you store up research points in this game, right? If you're not currently researching something, and then they instantly get put in, or they get put in at like in Stellaris, at 150% until the stored is done, or something like that. We should investigate this after this, because we may be able to store up the research points and just grab idealism even faster. That is something we should consider. There's probably a cap of how many we can store up. If they're just lost, we should not do that, obviously. If they're just lost, we should utilize all of our research points on something. But if we can store them, that might be something that is quite worthwhile to do. So let's investigate that as soon as mechanical production here is done. For now, we can continue to build railroads. In any location where we don't see any railroads. There's railroads in most locations. Hello, Brazil. You're no longer our satellite. I don't like this. Okay. France has 50 influence with them. Okay. That's definitely probably an issue. Definitely probably. I like it. Okay, we're still producing a justification with Alania. When is that going to be done? We're 87% done there. That's fine. I do want to see about building some railroads over here if we can, and indeed we can. Because the quicker we can get around our territory, the better off we are. For sure. Can build railroads over here. And these railroads may actually increase our supply limits. At least by some amount. Actually, yeah, they do. They do increase our supply limits. Not by a ton, but by a little bit. Okay. Let's build that infrastructure and prepare for this war, which is available now. So we're going to declare on them. Conquest CB. And there we go. We are at war. So, I believe Alania is not going to have any allies here. Yeah. Okay. We're going to push in over here, as well as over here. I'm not sure where their armies are. We'll take a look as we proceed here. And our mechanical production is pushing onward. So that is fantastic. We probably want to bump up our military spending a little bit, up to like maybe there. That is draining our treasury at a moderate rate. We can actually cut this slightly, maybe down to like 40% defense spending, like that. And we'll just imprison this guy. Yeah, this is not entirely sustainable, but partially sustainable. These guys are going to arrive very shortly. Does Alania even have a military? I'm not convinced that they do. If they don't, that's great. So we're creeping up on 30% literacy. That's very, very good. We're also creeping up on that sweet, sweet 9 research points per day number, which is our primary target for right now. I'd really like to get to 10, but we're not quite there yet. I don't see any Alanian army. I'm not sure they have one. We're going to split up a little bit here, and that reset the occupation progress? That's awkward. That doesn't happen in Europa. Good to know. And if that's the case, we don't need to be spending this much on our military. We'll cut down on our military spending a little. Supply limits are hot garbage in this region, but we expect that. Okay, we're at 1.91% of the population for our clergy. And there we go. We are up over 9 research points per day. That's great. We're incredibly close here to mechanical production. And as soon as we get that, I want to check to see if we can store up our research points like in Stellaris. If we can do that, we can use that to our advantage. Because we're under 2 years away from idealism becoming a thing. Okay, so there's mechanical production. And now the question is, are we storing up research points? We have no research selected. We've accumulated 30.5 research points that are currently unused. How much is this going to cost? 7,200? Okay. I wonder if there's a cap to this. Surely there's some sort of inefficiency here, right? Like, it doesn't store quite all of them. Let's see here. 292.2, so it should take it to what, 301? Thereabouts? 301.3. So yeah, that's full. Cotton and wool production output, that's nice. Surely there's an inefficiency to this. We do want to get precision work, but that has some prerequisites in these inventions. Well, let's just finish up these occupations, store up this research, which we apparently can do. There may be a cap here. Actually, I don't want to go there. I want to go here. This is the more efficient location to go, because these guys can go up here. Wool and silk production output, as well as fabric production output. That's nice. We've accumulated almost 700 research points. Almost 10% of idealism we've accumulated at this point. We are still a year and a half away from being able to research that. So I may be a little early on accumulating these, but if we can accumulate these up and spend them basically bang on day one, that would be insane. And probably shouldn't be allowed. But it may work like Stellaris, where it just increases your research points, but even if it works that way, that's ideal for us too, because Stellaris doesn't have date-locked techs, right? It's all prereq locked, so it's less exploitable in that way. Well, we're going to finish up these occupations here pretty soon, and Elenia will, of course, be ours. Currently at 12% war score. They have no military, so this is just free. I wouldn't mind justifying on these guys. Actually, we absolutely can. And we're going to do so. The infamy is going to be very, very unfortunate if we end up being discovered. Hopefully we won't be discovered. We were discovered immediately with Elenia. And our infamy is coming down very, very slowly. I do want to check in real quick on our factories over here. Okay. We got some of our machine parts sourced. Some of them. We need more, but that's fine. Detected, costing us 20.2 infamy. Okay, we should probably chill after this. Our infamy is way up there. Sounds good. We're being detected right away with these justifications. We're at 1.95% clergy. And we're making 9.14 tech points. We've accumulated almost 2,000 at this point. Fascinating. Well, we're occupying the last 3 locations in Elenia here. There we go. So Elenia will, of course, be ours. We're currently at 40% in terms of war score. Excellent. Okay, so we're pushing pretty close to that 30% literacy mark. We have still accumulated 2140, and it still appears to be full efficiency. I'm a little bit shocked that we haven't hit a limitation on this yet. We're still a year away from that tech becoming active, right? So that's fine. Because I want to get that tech ASAP. We'll conduct a thorough investigation. That's fine. Okay. All pops are losing militancy in that location. That's fine. Gain a few research points or lose a few research points. We will take those research points, thanks. to 2,600. If we can get these techs before other people in the world, it's going to be absolutely massive for our technology level. 10% in the Ulster location? Gaining 2 consciousness or losing a militancy? We'll just do that for right now. Okay, I was hoping that these would be done by now. They're moving kind of slowly in terms of their occupation, but they should be done soon enough. So that's fine. They are coming right for us, that is true. Look at them, just sitting there so menacingly. They're doing literally nothing in a menacing fashion. Can't believe those jerks. So we're at 3,000 research points stored. Even if we get there one day before anyone else, that's an advantage. But I think we're going to get there a lot earlier than other people. I suspect that the AI doesn't do this. I don't know that for a fact. Maybe they do. But this is just under a year away. And with that, it is pretty much time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Next episode, we'll finish up this war, and we will get idealism and really start cruising through the techs. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.